Today's headlines. The Bureau of Immigration seeks the blacklisting of 3 Indonesians with alleged connections to the pro-ISIS Maute group. Businessmen in the Cordillera region launch a fundraiser in honor of the Igorot heroes in the Marawi conflict. The White House confirms a meeting between President Duterte and U.S. President Donald Trump during the upcoming ASEAN summit. A Christmas-themed village delights residents and tourists in Baguio City. Good day, I'm Pia Rosas Morato. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. For the entire duration of our newscast today, we will be running the names and photos of the soldiers and police personnel who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. To our fallen heroes of Marawi, our utmost respect and gratitude. We hope that this little tribute of ours would somehow lessen the pain that your families are experiencing now. Again, thank you for your sacrifice. The Bureau of Immigration in Davao asked law enforcement agencies to blacklist the Indonesians who have alleged connections to the pro-ISIS Maute group. Authorities recovered the passport of one Koirul Hidayat from Lubuk Sikaping, Indonesia, from suspected Maute supporter Muhammad Ilham Shaputra. Shaputra, also an Indonesian, was arrested last Tuesday for his supposed ties with Maute leader Isnilon Habilon. He is now in the custody of the Philippine National Police in Camp Crame. The BI said Shaputra traveled to the Philippines using his own passport on November 29, 2016. Koirul, meanwhile, entered the Philippines from Jakarta via Ninoy Aquino International Airport for Cagayan de Oro City on May 17, 2017. The 2 other persons of interest that the BI wants blacklisted are Wawan Asalam Agusalim Latif of Lubuk Sikaping, Indonesia, and Lasdi Alfian of Bukit Tinggi. The Bureau said there are 7 persons of interest in their record that may have connections with the Maute. President Duterte and the Armed Forces of the Philippines expressed support for the local peace talks initiative of the Davao City government. The President called upon members of the New People's Army to surrender and lay down their arms. He said the communist revolution in the Philippines has been running for 50 years and nothing happened. He previously offered jobs and housing to surrendering rebels. Duterte, however, stressed that the rebels should work in exchange for their rewards. AFP Chief of Staff General Ray Leonardo Guerrero, meanwhile, welcomed efforts of the local government that would contribute to peace and order of the area. Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio convened the Davao City Peace Committee last week to hold peace talks with the NPA. The Philippines and Japan finalized the mid- and long-term action plan against illegal drugs during the working visit of President Rodrigo Duterte to Tokyo. The Department of Foreign Affairs said the action plan will serve as a guideline for cooperation and measures against illegal drugs. The cooperation will cover relapse prevention, prevention of using illegal narcotics, and poverty alleviation in the context of illegal drug use prevention. Japan will provide support measures such as development of facilities, policies, and human resources. Other forms of assistance include increasing awareness and promoting drug abuse prevention, and providing educational opportunities and vocational training for former users. The Joint Action Plan will be implemented over the next 5 years starting 2018. The government plans to implement a single window approach to streamline the business registration system. Socioeconomic Planning Secretary Ernesto M. Pernia said the single window approach will speed up processing of permits and business applications. Businesses will only have to submit all documents to one government office, which will handle all related processes from there. The system is part of reforms intended to further enhance the ease of doing business in the country. The Philippines dropped to 113th from 99th place in the World Bank Group's 2018 ranking of 190 economies in its annual Ease of Doing Business report. Pernia also reiterated the government's plan to amend certain economic provisions of the Constitution to relax restrictive foreign ownership provisions to attract more foreign investments. Other legislative reforms are underway, with the expanded Anti-Red Tape Act expected to be passed by early next year. The Social Security System, or SSS, assured its members that the pension fund has institutionalized mechanisms to address administrative complaints against its employees and officials. This amidst the ongoing investigation the pension fund is conducting against 4 of its officials. Our business reporter Chris Mundo has this report.
The SSS guarantees its members that the investment reserve fund, which came from members' contributions and investment income, is intact and well protected. This statement was issued following reports that some of its officials are facing charges for allegedly using the agency's accredited stockbrokers for their own benefit. Reports said SSS Commissioner Jose Gabriel Lavinia has filed a complaint against SSS Executive Vice President for Investments Rizal D. Capulong, Equities Investment Division Chief Reginald Candelaria, Equities Product Development Head Ernesto Francisco Jr., and Chief Actuary George Onqueco Jr. Lavinia alleged that the 4 are liable for serious dishonesty and grave misconduct, since some of them used SSS accredited stockbrokers for their own benefit. He said the previous SSS administration prevented possible abuses by its investment officers by requiring them to declare all their investments and have these approved by their superiors. He claimed that Candelaria and Francisco endorsed each other's stock holdings and these were approved by Capulong. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Chris Mundo reporting.
The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas is expected to increase its key rates before the end of 2017. Multinational banking institution DBS predicted an increase by 25 basis points by November and December. The BSP's Policy-Making Monetary Board will have its last 2 policy meetings for the year on November 9 and December 14. Analysts projected a change in BSP rates as inflation continued to increase and the peso weakened against the greenback. DBS forecasts the October 2017 inflation to decline to 3.3% from 2.3% in September 2016. It expects inflation to remain between the 3.3 to 3.5% range until the end of the year. Meanwhile, the peso finished Thursday at 51 pesos and 42 centavos against the US dollar. DBS said this showed the central bank remains confident with a weak peso since exports grew by more than 12% from 1.8% in 2016. Imports, however, rose by 3%, way lower than the 46.6% in 2016. Still to come, landslides caused by bad weather hit a road network in the Bicol region. Businessmen in the Cordillera region launch a fundraiser in honor of the Igorot heroes in the Marawi conflict. These and more when the PNA Newsroom continues.
Itong makikita nyo ngayon, ito usually ang situation kapag naghihintay ang Philippine delegation at Japanese delegation sa ating mahal na Pangulo kapag mayroong mga bilateral meetings. And this time we are now in Japan at may meeting ang ating mahal na Pangulo with Mr. Katsuyuki Kawai, member of the House of Representatives dito po sa Japan.
At least 8 landslides hit the road network that passes through Pili and Tigaon in Camarines Sur and Tiwi in Albay following bad weather. The Department of Public Works and Highways in Bicol said 5 of the 8 landslides rendered the 37-kilometer thoroughfare impassable to vehicles. The other 3 road sections covered only half of the road lane. No injury was reported. The road sections not passable are in barangays Odiongan, Sibaguan, Bongalon, and Patitinan in Camarines Sur. Government engineers are currently clearing the affected road sections of a total volume of 8,400 cubic meters of landslide debris. Professionals in the Cordillera region launched a donation drive for the Igorot policemen and soldiers killed in action in Marawi City. The fundraising effort was called Cordillera Binadang Fund Drive for Cordillera Marawi Heroes. Binadang is a Kankanay word for extending assistance or help to families in times of death or suffering. The fundraiser, organized by a group of Cordillera professionals, will consist of donation drives, golf, and football tournaments for a cause. The golf tournament will be held after the annual Phil-Am Golf Tournament on December 16, while the football tournament is scheduled on December 7 and 8. Businessman Alexander Bangsoy, who spearheads the initiative, said they intend to honor their fallen Igorot heroes by extending assistance to their families. The fundraising campaign will run until January 2018. The town of Itugon in Benguet was recognized as the best implementing municipal local government unit on organic agriculture. The award was recently given by Agriculture Secretary Emmanuel Piñol in Cagayan de Oro City during the National Organic Agriculture Congress. Mayor Victoria Palangdan said a number of farms in Itugon are currently producing organic rice and organic vegetables. He added that local officials lent a hand in implementing and supporting organic agriculture with the assistance of the national government. The mayor said Itugon is gearing towards improving the packaging and expansion of the market of organic produce, not just for local consumption but also elsewhere in the country. Republic Act 10068, or the Philippine Organic Agriculture Act of 2010, promotes organic agriculture to enrich soil fertility, increase farm productivity, reduce pollution, and protect farmers and consumers. A fire broke out at a plant facility owned by the Davao Bay Coconut Mills Incorporated in Davao City. In a report from the Bureau of Fire Protection, operators were conducting declogging on the filter pipe at the oil mill building when the pipe accidentally exploded. Oil then scattered to a bulb light, which caused sparks and fires and led to the explosion of nearby machines. No casualties have been reported. The company is still conducting inventory for the cost of damage. Philippine Basketball Association Commissioner Chito Narvasa is staying in his post despite supposed moves aiming for his removal. Narvasa said he will keep his position as commissioner out of principle since there are rules expected to be followed regarding his tenure. He hopes that the PBA Board of Governors will determine the right process and make a final decision. Narvasa came under fire due to various controversial developments in the league, the most recent being the trade between Kia and San Miguel in the PBA draft. The board earlier decided in an emergency meeting that they will not extend Narvasa's term. Only 7 out of 12 governors in the board were present. The 5 governors representing the teams of San Miguel, Ginebra, Star, Kia, and Global Port, meanwhile expressed their support for Narvasa. They criticized the rest of the PBA board for disregarding protocol and plotting his ouster. Up next, the White House confirms a meeting between President Duterte and U.S. President Donald Trump during the upcoming ASEAN summit. A Christmas-themed village delights residents and tourists in Baguio City. These and more when the PNA Newsroom returns.
May bagong bundok na ibigin ng mountain trekkers. Alamin kung anong meron sa Bungaw Peak sa Tawi-Tawi.
Nakamamangha, kaakit-akit ang grandiosong bundok na ito sa lalawigan ng Tawi-Tawi. Ito ang bundok ng Bungaw o Bungaw Peak na mas kilala rin ng mga lokal dito bilang Budbungaw. Dahil sa proyekto na ginawa ng pamahalaan dito ay naging konkreto ang daanan paakyat sa tuktok ng bundok. Mas madali na itong akyatin ng mga mahilig mag-hiking o trekking. Nitong 3 ng Hulyo ay pinasinayaan ang pagbubukas ng Bungaw Peak na pinangunahan ni Regional Governor Mujib Hataman at ng alkalde ng bayan ng Bungaw na si Mayor Himuel Ke at ng iba pang opisyal ng Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao o ARMM. Ayon kay Mayor Ke, marami ng mga turista na nasilayan at bumisita sa kagandahan ng Budbungaw. Sa 20 pesos na entrance fee ay makakakita ka na ng ilang uri ng ligaw na hayop gaya na lamang ng puting unggoy. Ang Bungaw Peak ay isa sa 12 pangunahing biodiversity site sa bansa na protektado ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources sa ilalim ng New Conservation Areas in the Philippines Project o New CAP.
Ako po si Princess Habiba Saripaudak para sa Salam News Daily. Abangan din ang iba pang kwento at pagtalakay sa aming tradisyon, kultura at relihiyon sa Salam TV tuwing linggo alas 8:30 ng gabi sa PTV.
Close to 60,000 security forces are set to be deployed for the 31st ASEAN Summit. Interior Officer in Charge Catalino Cui said the troops will be deployed to key strategic areas in Metro Manila and Pampanga to ensure the safety and security of the ASEAN delegates. Cui said the largest contingent would come from the Philippine National Police and the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Motorists are advised of the traffic rerouting scheme and closure of roads around the vicinity of Quirino Grandstand on November 5 when a send-off ceremony for the troops will be held. Independence Road from Katikpak Drive to South Drive will be closed to traffic as early as 6 a.m. and will be reopened after the send-off ceremony. The right and left portions of Quirino Grandstand will be rerouted while the ceremony is ongoing. The White House confirmed U.S. President Donald Trump is set to have a bilateral meeting with President Rodrigo Duterte on the sidelines of the ASEAN Summit. A senior official from Washington said Trump is looking forward to meet President Duterte. The two leaders have reportedly established warm rapport following their exchange of phone calls and letters. Washington also explained that the amount of cooperation based on the long-standing relationship and alliance between the Philippines and the U.S. remains robust. Meanwhile, Washington cleared reports that Trump will not be present in the launch of the East Asian Summit or EAS. It said Trump is set to celebrate the 40th anniversary of U.S.-ASEAN relations and the launch of the EAS, as well as a gala dinner and meetings with other leaders. Washington assured that the United States will be well represented in the ASEAN Summit. As the holiday season approaches, Christmas-loving Filipinos are already gearing up even this early. In Baguio City, a Christmas village is erected at the Baguio Country Club to enliven the Christmas spirit.
On its 7th year, the Baguio Country Club opens to the public its Christmas village 2 months before Christmas Day. Carrying the gallery theme with a spaceship emitting the artificial snow while synchronized lights and Christmas tunes are being played, children in their thick jackets and bonnets had a fun time catching snowflakes amid the cold evening temperature in the summer capital. According to Andrew Pinero, Corporate Communications Manager of the city's top membership resort, the Christmas Village was conceptualized 7 years ago as an added attraction for the locals and tourists who flock in the city to celebrate the holidays. The venue, located right at the gate of Baguio Country Club, will accept visitors until January 7 from 5 to 10 p.m. for them to appreciate the lights and the artificial snow. Every night, a nativity play will be shown to the public with the characters in the birth of Jesus played by employees of the club. There will also be nightly entertainment with choirs, bands in the city, and fireworks display on weekends. An entrance fee of 120 pesos for adults, 50 pesos for children, 80 pesos for senior citizens is charged for entrants. Persons with disabilities are free, including children 3 years old and below. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Bench Bondok.
2 Filipino teenagers were selected to be part of Time Magazine's 30 Most Influential Teens of 2017. Hawaii-based Bretman Rock became an online sensation because of his how-to videos showcasing his makeup skills. He was also described as having a larger-than-life personality as he shares his musings on life topics such as his critics, his appearance, and his family and friends. He earlier hosted the red carpet pre-show of the 65th Miss Universe pageant. Meanwhile, 9th grade student Shibi de Guzman became well-known after she was photographed protesting the lionization of former President Ferdinand Marcos. She was later on criticized for joining protests against President Duterte. Shibi maintains that critics like her know and understand the injustices they protest against and that the people should know their rights and when they are abused. Bretman and Shibi joined the likes of Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown, actor-entrepreneur Jaden Smith, supermodel Kea Gerber, and UNICEF's youngest Goodwill ambassador Muzun Almelahan. Rainy conditions continue to threaten northern Luzon due to the northern monsoon. The northeast monsoon is expected to bring cloudy skies with light rains over Cagayan Valley, Apayao, and Ilocos Norte. The rest of the Cordillera and Ilocos region may experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains. Meanwhile, Tropical Depression Ramil continues to affect Palawan from outside the Philippine area of responsibility, bringing cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Metro Manila and the rest of the country can expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rain showers or thunderstorms. Let's take another look at today's top stories. The Bureau of Immigration seeks the blacklisting of 3 Indonesians with alleged connections to the pro-ISIS Maute group. Businessmen in the Cordillera region launch a fundraiser in honor of the Igorot heroes in the Marawi conflict. The White House confirms a meeting between President Duterte and US President Donald Trump during the upcoming ASEAN summit. A Christmas-themed village delights residents and tourists in Baguio City. The holidays are coming soon. It's 52 days before Christmas. For more stories, please log on to www.pna.gov.ph or visit the PNA page on Facebook and Twitter. And that's your daily dose of the hottest news and the latest information that you need to know from the PNA Newsroom. I'm Pia Rosas Morato. Good day.